Good morning, afternoon, or evening. This is Conf42 Cloud Native 2022. A great place to meet fellow cloud engineers and architects while learning tips and tricks to make your cloud environment more efficient. Before we start, I'd like to invite you all to our Discord server, where you can meet and greet with speakers and other attendees. The conference was brought to you by Cloudsmith, the Diamond sponsor, Blameless, Fugue by Snake, Globant, Site 24/7 by Zoho Corp, and Teleport, gold sponsors, Zapata Computing, the silver sponsor, and media partners. For the opening keynote, we are delighted to have Ciara Carey, Developer Relations at Cloudsmith. The future is cloud native, and your organization should be too.
I'm going to look into why some organizations have gone cloud native and why some haven't. I'm going to look into the banking sector as a case study. Why have some banks transformed their systems to be cloud native during the pandemic? I'm going to then look at what you should consider when you're adding new tools to your cloud native tech stack. So tune in to hear me.
For the second keynote, please join me in welcoming Hammad Mushtaq, Engineering Manager at Blameless. Pushing code. Don't forget to flag your canaries.
Hi, and welcome. I lead a couple of engineering teams working on various product areas, including SLO Manager and Comps Flow. In today's talk, I'll be going over iterative canary releases using feature toggles. We'll talk about what they are, why you should do it, how to go about doing it, and how it pertains to the reliability of your application. We'll also talk about how it improves your customer experience and the lives of your engineering teams. Thank you.
In the third keynote, Anna van Straaten, DevOps engineer at Globant, will tell you how to prepare for disaster when going multi-region.
Hi, hello, my name is Anna. I've started working as a DevOps a couple of years ago, but I have been working with the cloud for almost a decade. I am working in a lot of projects that are really critical, so I've learned a lot about fault tolerance and high availability, and I wanted to share with you what it is like to migrate a solution to be multi-region to avoid critical losses, so I hope you like it.
The fourth keynote will be done by Rajalakshmi Srinivasan, Director of Product Management of Site 24/7 by Zoho Corp, optimizing operations and container lifecycle management.
Hello everybody. Application development has moved from monolith to microservice architecture. There are initial inhibition in adoption, there are benefits, there are challenges, and tools to overcome the challenges. I will be talking about all this in the upcoming Conf42 Cloud Native conference. See you there.
In the fifth keynote, Josh Stella, Chief Architect at Snyk, will help you in understanding cloud plane compromise attacks.
Hi, I'm Josh Stella, the Chief Architect at Snyk, and I'm here at Conf42 Cloud Native to give a talk on understanding control plane compromise attacks. This is how all the really significant cloud attacks occur. I hope you join me. It's always fun to be at Conf42.
The last but not least keynote today will be held by Nicholas Bergam, Solutions Engineer at Teleport. Trust by Verify, how to provide secure access to your team.
I've been working in network security for most of my career, both in private and public sector, and it's truly a passion of mine. My talk will be covering Zero Trust, what it is, and why we should consider adoption. We'll be taking a look at how traditional access solutions measure up against this framework. And by the end, my goal is to provide you with some recommendations for implementation of Zero Trust within your own organization. Be sure to tune in. I look forward to seeing you there.
The first track today is Getting Started. Rosemary Wang, developer advocate at HashiCorp, will do a developer's introduction to Service Mesh.
Hello, I'll be talking about a developer's introduction to Service Mesh. If you're a developer or an operator who's wondering how Service Mesh affects your applications, this talk will cover everything from service discovery to tracing and security. It provides an overview of how your applications might change thanks to a service mesh, as well as all the different equivalences you might have for a programming library. By the end, I hope you'll be able to take this as an overview and get started with understanding how to refactor or reposition your application within a service mesh. Thanks for joining.
Jason Dudash, Chief Architect at Red Hat, will continue the service mesh topic with his own guide.
Hi, I hope you spent some time with me and learn more about a service mesh. If you're architecting or developing, or if you're responsible for running services and applications that are distributed, you're going to want to tune in, because the concepts behind a service mesh were built to address some of the challenges that you might be facing. I'll introduce the key concepts that you need to know, and I'll also demonstrate some of those key concepts in action. Hope to see you there.
Alparslan Avci, software developer at Zapata Computing, will talk about distributed transactions in service mesh.
I'm currently working with the platform team. We are dealing with the cloud native issues. We are building the backend applications for the quantum engine for the quantum computing team. I will talk you about distributed transaction in a service mesh today.
From ghost assets to infrastructure drift, don't get spooked, is the next talk by Naor Paz, Director of Product at Firefly.
Hi everyone, my name is Naor, Director of Product at Firefly, the cloud asset management platform, where we help our customers manage their cloud with infrastructure as code. I invite you to join my session and learn about ghost cloud assets, why they are important, and how to become your own cloud ghostbuster. I hope all of you will have a good time. See you soon.
Michael Shilonka, Managing Director at Unicube, is here to show you how to debug a container with a sidecar in Kubernetes using Jafira.
Hey guys, I'm the inventor and core developer of Jafira, the Kubernetes native development toolkit. In my presentation, I will introduce you to Jafira and how you could use it to implement a Kubernetes native development approach. Together, we will explore a demo application, and I will show you how you could use Jafira to debug an application with a sidecar running in Kubernetes. Thank you for joining in.
Introduction to Ansible for Network Engineers is the next session by Jason Belk, Senior Technical Advocate at Cisco.
I'm a network engineer myself, and I have a background in automation. And I'm going to be showing you the basics of the Ansible building blocks, how Gen 2 and YAML are involved, and showing a bunch of live demonstrations using Ansible to both configure network devices, build reports, and do pre- and post checks, all within the Ansible ecosystem. Hope to see you there.
The security track comes up next. Aviram Shmueli, co-founder and CPO at JIT, will list 5 open-source cloud-native security tools all devs should know about.
Hello Cloud Native 2022. Have you ever wondered whether you can add real security into your cloud-native app just by leveraging open-source security tools? Interesting. In my talk, I will focus on 5 important open-source security tools that every developer should know in order to build secure cloud-native apps. I will also demonstrate how easy it is to integrate these tools as part of your typical cloud-native operations and CI/CD pipeline. Thank you for joining in.
Open Policy Agent as a control engine is the next lecture by David Melamed, co-founder and CTO of JIT.
How many of you already implemented security checks in your CI/CD pipeline? How many hours did you spend trying to learn each tool, configure and integrate it? A nightmare, right? Now imagine if you had a central policy engine, allowing you to write simple rules to orchestrate all your tools. But wait, there is one, and his name is Open Policy Agent. Don't miss my talk at Conf42 on how to leverage OP as your central control engine with a great demo of controls you can adopt today. See you there.
Federico Maggi, Senior Technical Leader at MIA Platform, will introduce you to distributed application level RBAC with OPA in the next session.
In my talk, I will present you the journey of discovery for implementing a solution for role-based access control that worked for our use case, but is built to be easily extensible and generic enough to work well in any context and platform. We will dive into technical problems with model system, relying on a stack based on cloud-native computing foundation technologies, and how they affect design decisions. During the presentation, we will deal with a bit of Kubernetes, Open Policy Agent, Go, and a few more technologies. See you later.
Inside your cloud databases, the truth about your data security posture would be addressed by Mor Manor, Head of Innovation and Operations at Imperva.
Hello everyone, Mor is here. Please join my session about cloud data security posture and the importance of cloud data visibility. In this session, I will present to you a patent-pending technology, Imperva Snapshot, technology that allows users and cloud operators to receive a robust insight about their current cloud data security posture. We will wrap up this session with some recent examples of cloud operators who run Imperva Snapshot in their environment. Imperva Snapshot is a free and production-safe tool and provide deep insights into the cloud data security posture. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Otavio Santana, distinguished software engineer at Zap Innovation, is here trying to prevent you from being responsible for your company's next security disaster.
Today, let's talk about cloud, the survival guide for the Java Act in the cloud era. Right now, we're going to cover why should I move to cloud and why should I keep it, and how can I increase my interaction with cloud, especially the cloud native techniques and tools.
Serverless Security Top 10 is the next talk by Tal Melamed, Senior Director of Cloud Native Security Research at Contrast Security.
Now, I'm the Head of Security Research of Cloud Native Technologies at Contrast Security. I got there through an acquisition of Cloud Essence, a company I co-founded that created a serverless testing, security testing solution. Prior to that, I was head of security research at Pertigo, another serverless protection solution who got acquired by Checkpoint in 2019. So I've been doing serverless for the last couple of years, and I'm here to talk about it.
Reimagining Application Networking and Security is the next session by Tim Sigeti, Principal Technical Marketing Engineer at Cisco.
Cloud-native application architectures bring many business benefits, but also, at the same time, they present some new technology challenges, such as how to manage, observe all these application microservice interconnections, as well as how to secure not only our container environments, our orchestration, but even our application programming interfaces. These are some of the challenges I'm going to be overviewing, as well as presenting solutions for in this session.
The tools track opens up with Trista Pan, CTO and co-founder of SphereX, PostgreSQL distributed and secure database ecosystem building.
Hello everyone, this is Trista. Nice to meet you there. I'm the Sophia ES co-founder and the CTO. I love open source, so I'm the Apache member, Apache Incubator mentor. At this conference, I will give a talk around how to use Apache Sharding Sophia to create your secure and sharding PostgreSQL system. So welcome your any idea and question there.
Elastic Compute with Salesforce Functions is the next great lecture by Alba Rivas, Principal Developer Advocate at Salesforce.
Hi, my name is Alba, and I am going to talk about Elastic Compute with Salesforce Functions. A function is a short-lived, single-purpose executable that is invoked on demand. Functions are serverless, which means that developers can build and run applications without having to manage the server, reducing operational costs. Functions are also elastic, which means that the function will take more or less resources depending on the demand. Hope that you enjoy my talk.
Marek Grigleski, Streaming Developer Advocate at DataStax, will introduce you to event streaming and processing with Apache Pulsar.
Hi there. I'm going to be talking about event processing and event streaming and what are the differences between those, and also between event-driven messaging and then message-driven messaging. All of these things that are centering around distributed messaging, asynchronous processing, streaming, all of these things. So exciting. And I will also be talking about what Apache Pulsar can help you solve problems and using the event-driven approach, especially in the cloud-native world. Apache Pulsar is built and designed to operate really well in the cloud-native world. So please come to my talk.
The only thing that matters in DevOps is a talk by Viktor Farcic, developer advocate at AppBound.
Let's talk about DevOps and internal developer platforms and how those might be the only thing that matters for DevOps engineers or DevOps culture or whatever that's called today.
Jin Wei, software engineer at API 7, is here to talk about simpler and more flexible Kubernetes ingress, Apache API 6.
Hello everyone, I'm Jin Wei, a software engineer from API 7 in Shenzhen, China. I'm Apache API 6 PMC, Apache Skywalking committer, and the founder of the Apache API 6 Ingress Controller project. Apache API 6 Ingress Controller, as a new implementation of Kubernetes Ingress, brings you a new choice for easier ingress configuration. I'm very happy to share it with you and welcome everyone to participate and contribute. Thank you.
Instant provisioning and hot migration in a multi-cloud environment is the next lecture by Gilbert Cabillic, founder and CEO of Scale Dynamics.
Hello. Multiple cloud management is a requirement for most of companies today. During my talk, I will explain you how you can easily manage your cloud-native containers on top of multiple clouds. Interested? See you there.
Terraform, GitOps, and Kubernetes, how to manage your infrastructure and applications as code, will be addressed by Jim Sheldon, developer advocate at Harness.
Hello Cloud Native 2022. I hope you'll come to my talk on Terraform, GitOps, and Kubernetes, how to manage your infrastructure and applications as code. Over the years, I've worked with many engineering teams, helping them to create pipelines to apply their Terraform configuration effectively. I'll be sharing some GitOps workflows that I've seen multiple teams use when applying their Terraform configuration, specifically using the Terraform Kubernetes provider.
Raja Ganson, cloud architect at AWS, will tell you why you should bother about cluster autoscaling using Carpenter.
If you are using Kubernetes or wanting to use, then cluster autoscaling is one of the important features that many sites want to use for a variety of reasons. In this session at Conf42, I'm going to talk about Carpenter, which is a fully open source, high-performing cluster autoscaling solution. Carpenter takes a fresh look at some of the Kubernetes autoscaling challenges that we deal with today and aims to solve them. Join my session later today to learn more about it. See you.
Kubernetes drives SD-WAN is a journey presented by Alberto Rodriguez-Natal, tech lead at Cisco.
If you have an SD-WAN anywhere near a Kubernetes cluster, join me in this talk where you're going to learn how you can make the most of it and how Kubernetes and SD-WAN can collaborate with one another to deliver a better application performance.
Maish Saidel-Keesing, Senior Enterprise Developer Advocate at AWS, will show you how to grow your company with AWS Container Services.
Hi, welcome to Cloud Native 2022. My name is Maish, and today we're going to be talking about how you can scale your company using AWS Cloud Container Services. We're going to be speaking about a couple of services today, AWS App Runner, Amazon ECS, Amazon Fargate, and how you can start as a small company, grow, and enable yourself and your developers to use cloud-native container services in an easy and transparent and secure way. Looking forward.
Argo CD and Kubernetes from event-based to microservices is the next talk by Ramesh Patel, Director of Cloud and DevOps at Oak9.
Hi, welcome to Cloud Native 2022. I hope you can join my presentation today, from event-based to microservices using Argo CD and Kubernetes. During my presentation, I will walk through why we went down this route of microservices, some of the troubles we faced during this migration, and I will also do a live demo of a microservice being deployed using Argo CD and Kubernetes. Hope you can join me.
Roy Tal, engineering team lead at Firefly, will now tell you why you should go CDK and what this means for the world of infrastructure as code.
Hey everyone, so have you heard about AWS CDK? If so, have you wondered how is it to start using it or migrate from other infrastructure as code to AWS CDK? So in my talk, we're going to review all the AWS CDK new technology, how to use it, how to migrate into it, and even more than this, we're going to show some code snippets and show how to start working with it, even if you're a CloudFormation user and you wish to start working with CDK on top of your CloudFormation. Join me, it's going to be fun.
Local microservice development with remote Kubernetes assist will be presented by Zachary Conger, Senior DevOps Engineer at Stackhawk.
Hello,
My name is Zachary Conger, and today I'll be telling the story of how my company StackHawk uses Kubernetes and other cloud-native services to supercharge our local development environments. To build microservices, you need to develop them alongside other microservices. And we do that by giving each of our developers their own tailor-made integration environment running in the cube. This is how we did it, and how that project has evolved alongside and helped to shape our homegrown internal developer platform.
Tag You're It is the next talk by Tim Davis, DevOps advocate at NV0.
Hey there. In my years of experience of infrastructure engineering and architecture and things like that, I've learned a lot. And one of the things we're going to be talking about today that I've learned is resource tagging. In my session, Tag You're It, we're going to talk about kind of the how and why of resource tagging. Why would you want to? Why is it important? Thanks for checking it out.
It's time for the observability track. Dave McAllister, Senior OSS Technical Evangelist at Nginx, will present Rules of Observability, the Data Edition.
Today I'm talking at Conf42 about the data rules for observability. We all need to understand and follow certain rules or laws. Law of gravity as an example. Observability with its complexity has its own set of rules, which transform elastic and ephemeral rote behaviors into approaches and understandings of our environments. Come learn the rules that you should understand with your approach to observability and the impact from elastic, ephemeral, or skewed data. Thanks. See you later.
OpenTelemetry and Hepsagon is a love story in 3 acts by Yosef Arbiv, R&D team leader at Cisco.
Hi, I'll be talking about our journey with OpenTelemetry. When we started Hepsagon 4 years ago, we started with proprietary traces and proprietary SDKs. Today, we are a part of Cisco. We are working on a new product that supports OpenTelemetry natively. We are contributing code to OpenTelemetry on a daily basis. If you are interested in making open source projects a part of your solution, a part of your product, this talk is for you. I'll be talking about how we got from where we started to where we are today, on the mistakes that we made along the way, and what you can learn from them. Thank you for joining me.
The deep dive track starts with Noaa Barki, developer advocate at Day3. Deep dive into OPA plus Conftest plus Gatekeeper. Kubernetes policy in action.
Thank you so much for coming today. I'm super excited to be here. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is how to build centralized policy management at scale. But I believe that, at least for some of you, this is the first time that we meet. So hello, my name is Noaa Barki. I've been a developer advocate at the Tree and a full stack developer for about 7 years, 6-7 years, Yeah, I'm also a tech writer and one of the leaders of GitHub Israel community, which is the largest GitHub community in the whole universe. And I work at an amazing company called The Tree, where we help developers and DevOps engineers to prevent misconfigurations, Kubernetes misconfigurations from reaching production.
Coming up next, we are pleased to have Shai Almog, developer advocate at Lightrun, debugging at scale in production. Deep into your containers with kubectl debug, coolkits, and continuous observability.
Hello everyone, I'm Shai Almog, and I'm really excited to be back at Conf42 Cloud to talk about the debugging at scale in production, deep into your containers with kubectl debug, coolkits, and developer observability. I think you'll find this talk very interesting because the most important place to be in is production. And the most important skill that we have is debugging. So getting that level of insight into your Kubernetes containers is crucial in this day and age. So it would be great to see you all, and I hope to chat with you in that conference. Thank you.
Stop configuring infrastructure. Start coding it is the next session by Robert Hoffman, Senior Solutions Architect at AWS.
Hi everyone. I will tell you the story of how I overcame my biggest fear, and that is configuring infrastructure with tons of YAML and JSON. Spoiler, I'm just not doing it anymore. Instead, I am modeling my infra with programming languages like Python or TypeScript. In my talk, you learn how it works and how this can help you to be a smarter and more productive architect.
Cloud Native Apache Pulsar Development 101 with Python is the next talk by Trista Pan, developer advocate at Stream Native.
Hello, in my session today, I'm going to be talking about how to do cloud native Apache Pulsar development with Python, and we'll go through some of the basics, different protocols, techniques, schemas, different things you can connect to. Also, a couple quick guides on how you can do some SQL against this live streaming data, whether it's with Pulsar SQL, Flink SQL, or Spark. So I'll see you then. Thanks.
JJ Asga, developer advocate at IBM, will show you how to take a step back and leverage GitOps to wrangle your clusters and projects.
Thank you for joining. I'm doing a talk around GitOps, and I've just recently got on the GitOps train, and I really do think this is the next step in a lot of our worlds that we need to play in, especially in the cloud native space. So hopefully you learned something, and I look forward to any feedback or if you reach out or whatever. I hope you learned something and see how cool this is. All right, bye.
The lessons learned track is the last one today, and it opens with Hila Fish, senior DevOps engineer at Wix, Terraform practices.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm going to talk about Terraform practices, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm gonna cover best practices, specific bits and pieces for working with Terraform that were put together with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and also hopefully will make you think about the big picture and utilize Terraform in a broader context rather than just infrastructure as code tool. Stay tuned.
Journey from monolith to microservices on AWS will be presented by Lerna Ekmekcioglu, senior solutions architect at AWS.
Hi everyone, 6,000 years ago, the wheel was initially created as a potter's wheel, that's a solid disk wheel, and it took 2,000 years to evolve it to the way we use today. So in this talk, I'm going to be talking about evolving an overgrown monolith. We're going to use Strangler Fig pattern and chip away at it using a new AWS service called Migration Hub Refactor Spaces. We're going to have a hands-on session. We will have a demo, a workshop, and I hope you join me.
Handoyo Sutanto, CEO and CTO of Lyrit, will show you the power of freedom and flexibility, 4 keys to going cloud agnostic.
Hello everyone, I'm the CEO of Lyrit, and we are a multi-cloud platform that has helped companies develop and deploy cloud solution on any cloud. In our talk, we will go through our 4 key design decisions that we took as a company to be a cloud agnostic company and how we benefit from it. We'll also leverage the platform to build these solutions yourself and discuss the pros and cons for you to determine if cloud agnostic design principle fits to your organization.
History of software engineering and how it applies to infrastructure is the next exciting talk by Adarsh Shah, the CEO of zLifecycle.
Hello everyone. In this presentation, we'll talk about how the history of software engineering has and will continue to shape the improvement of infrastructure practices. Then we'll introduce newer concepts like environment as code that will help further the craft of managing infrastructure beyond infrastructure as code. My name is Adarsh Shah. I am the founder and CEO at zLifecycle.
Denis Magda, Director Developer Relations at Yugabyte, will now show you how geo-distributed apps use global cloud infra for speed and compliance.
Hi folks, welcome to the conference. This is Denis Magda. I've been working with distributed databases and high-performance computing systems for the last 7+ years. I contributed to the code base of the databases. I built highly scalable and reliable applications on top of those databases. And in my today's talk, we are going to review geo-distributed applications, the applications that span across multiple geographic locations for high availability, compliance, and performance needs. So let's move forward and see how to build the geo-distributed apps by using a global cloud infrastructure.
What happens when DynamoDB explodes? A practical guide for developers by Erez Berkner, the CEO and co-founder of Lumigo.
I'm excited to meet you at Conf42, where I will be talking about what happens when DynamoDB explodes, basically taking you into what happens, how to identify issues with DynamoDB, all the way to tracing them and understanding their sources. See you there.
Giovanni Paolo Gibilisco, Head of Engineering at AKMS, is here to present Cheap or Fast, how we got both by leveraging machine learning to automatically tune Kubernetes apps.
Hi everyone! My talk is the story of two competing goals: the urge for speed and faster applications, and the need to reduce your cloud cost. I'll share with you some insight on how to achieve both in microservice applications running on Kubernetes. We will explore together some key aspects on how Kubernetes runs your applications and introduce a new approach to performance optimization based on machine learning. See you later!
It's all about the data, according to Michael Cade, Senior Global Technologist at Custom by VM.
My background comes from completely data management, whether it be physical, virtual, cloud-based workloads, and now even more recently is that requirement around having to protect workloads in a Kubernetes environment. So I just want to debunk some of those myths as we go through some of this, but then I've also got some demos, pretty cool demos as well to actually debunk those myths.
Natan Silnitsky, Senior Software Engineer at Wix, is here to show you how to migrate a multi-cluster managed Kafka with zero downtime.
Hi there. During most of 2021, my team at Wix worked on migrating 2,000 microservices from self-hosted Kafka clusters to a multi-cluster Kafka platform in the cloud. This was the most challenging project I have ever led. So in this talk, I will share with you some key design decisions we took, some war stories, and best practices for this kind of migration.
The last, but definitely not least session today will be held by Robert Stein, Managing Director at Blue Shoe. Stop mocking. Develop front-ends with real Kubernetes setups.
Hello, you guys. My name is Robert, and I'm really excited to talk to you about the lessons my team and I learned when we developed front-end applications for cloud-native software with Kubernetes setups, and why we learned that mocking APIs is actually not that good of an idea. Gonna talk a lot about the development process of cloud-native software, and in the end, I'll give you a demo on how our development flow currently looks like. Pretty stoked to be here at Conf42 and looking forward to see you guys in the chat. See you there.
This is all we got for you today at Conf42 Cloud Native 2022. As always, FreeRSVP unlocks all the content. We would like to say an immense thank you to all our speakers, partners, and sponsors for making this whole thing possible, and to you for joining us. Please make sure to jump into our Discord server to have a chat with other attendees and speakers. We hope to see you there in a minute. That was Mark. Thank you so much, and have a great time at Conf42 Cloud Native 2022. Cheers!